Hi everybody, welcome back to Living Even Keeled. I'm Patricia Keel. One thing I get asked a lot is how do you do it all? Or how do you get it all done, especially when you're doing home projects like I've recently been doing this month with my kitchen. I'm really reluctant nowadays to want to say like, this is what you should do. Advice is so subjective, like everyone's circumstances are different, everyone's kids are different, but with that disclaimer said, I just want to show you what I do and maybe it will work for you. So first of all, I kind of have the day divided out into 4 sections or like 4 time blocks. There's the morning time, the afternoon, the quiet time, and the evening. So those are the 4 that deal mostly with kids. So sticking with those 4 time blocks will really help you sort of break apart your day into manageable chunks. So now that we have our 4 blocks, there are 5 very broad labeled categories that I realize that I stick my activities into. So the first broad labeled category is learning or education. Then there's outside. We also have the independent category. There's a life skills category, and no, my kids don't have these named and I don't have these named, but these are the titles that I can think to give the types of things that we do during the day. So it's not like, okay guys, time for life skills time. It's just what I wanted to call it for this video. And lastly, the 5th one is program. So starting with the learning category, this can be, like I said, it's so broad. So maybe for learning today, we're watching part of Planet Earth documentary. Maybe for learning today, we're gonna read your Bob books. Or I'm gonna give you this like worksheet type of activity I got from Dollar Tree while I do the laundry. You practice penmanship. We're gonna draw a hopscotch and we're gonna do some addition and subtraction. It could be anything that can somewhat be tied to education. Now the outside category can also be a learning time. You can do all of those previously mentioned activities outside. I like to let outside be a lot less structured though, and we just play. I have tried to do, like you can do nature walks. Like let's say that's what you do for outside. Today we're going to the park outside. We're gonna do a nature walk or like a bingo and try to find like an American flag right now or like a scavenger hunt type of thing. But all that to say, like there's still so much rich experiences to be had when it's just open-ended, like go outside and play. You could even just give like a jump rope, a couple of sticks, a thing of sidewalk chalk and see what they come up with. Let them play with the camping tent. You're not going camping this summer, or maybe you are, or maybe you have one, you want to declutter it, you don't know why it's still in the garage. Get one last use out of it. Let the kids set up the tent and go in there, and you will see that they will fill the morning, afternoon, and evening block with all outside activities just because they have a tent out there, and that's okay too. Independent block is just as it sounds. It's independent from me. The siblings are still together. You can set them up with some things from the learning category. You can have them be independent outside. My kids are still young, so I'm with them outside. But for this independent time, it really is what used to be our nap time that now we call quiet time or rest time. They can sleep if they want. It's been a very long time since either of them have slept. But whatever they're doing, it just needs to be somewhat more mellow. We're not doing anything too wild. Now they have the 2 bedroom doors open and they know they can walk in between all the rooms. The idea though is that they are independent from me. And I talk to them the entire time. They're like, oh mom, what's this? Or what, can I have that? So it's not like I'm off limits, but it is an opportunity for me to get any work done that I can't do when they're with me, particularly YouTube and anything with the computer. I feel really guilty and I'm working on it, but anytime the computer's open and they're around me, I feel like I'm ignoring them, even if what I'm doing is productive. So this is when I can do all of that type of stuff, pay my bills, make important phone calls, whatever needs to be done. I was joking about calling this next category life skills, but it's just a really broad term for things that they do with me. So during the day, like typically in the afternoon time, I need to get some laundry done or I need to cook something, and so they're with me doing those things. So we don't always have to entertain them with new fresh ideas. Just have them join you on the things that you're already doing. So they wanted to paint with me and I let them paint a little bit when I was doing my bathroom. They'll help fold laundry. Just a minute ago I was showing Olivia how to fold her shorts again. They love being in the kitchen. So once a week I try to do a kid-friendly recipe, whether we're making a granola or jello or a popsicle, which we just did last week. Rice Krispie treats, something oftentimes is junk food. That's okay too. I mean, they can help cut cucumbers or whatever. But as long as they're in the kitchen doing something with me once a week, I think that's fun. That's always been one of my mommy goals to do with my kids, and I'm gonna continue it as long as I can. They can bring in the trash cans, they can go with you to check the mail. Life skills can include grocery store. We don't have to get too overly involved with the clipboard and picture of your list and stuff. They can just go with you and say, like, pick out bananas, make sure they're green. Giving them simple instructions like that keeps them involved, and it keeps you from having to do a ton of prep work when it's already like hard enough to get to the grocery store. And the last category of activities is programs, and that's like if you have your kids in soccer or some class at the YMCA. We have two things that we're very loosely doing, both are free. One is a summer reading program at our library, so that's once a week in the mornings we go to story time. So see how I'm combining a time block with an activity category? They kind of mix and match that way. The library has a lot of activities, like a magic show. We just went to a play. The other thing we like to do is there's a shopping center near us that has kid-friendly concerts every Wednesday morning during the summer, so we don't have to sign up. It's free, we can go whenever we want. And I love that. I love the open and fluid because, again, I like to be way less structured during the summer than I am during the school year. Oh, there's also, like, does this count as a program? The $1 theater in our town. There are a few movies, not that many, but a few that we'd like to go see. But either way, those things that exist outside the home that are free or low cost that you can kind of plug into one of your blocks. Just a little 2-hour movie by the time we get down there, previews, movie, bathroom break, get back in the car, that fills up probably one of my entire time blocks, probably the entire morning time block spilling into the afternoon. We get home, we have lunch, and next thing you know, it's quiet time. So that's the main structure of my day during the summertime. It's not very different during the school year, although it is, and I'll share it with you when the time comes. But I just think of those 4 time blocks and those 5 types of activities, and I try to plug them in where I can. Before you know it, the day goes by. When I am doing projects around the home that can't really involve the kids too much, like this big kitchen renovation I'm doing, I will prepare ahead of time things from the learning category. It's as simple as pulling a few little like workbook things or a tray of watercolors and putting the paper out. I can just set that out. The kitchen's right next to the dining table where they work, and keep an eye on them that way. I can get a lot of stuff done during that quiet independent block. That's mostly when I do stuff, which is why it takes me an entire month to do a small project, but that's the way it goes. Has there been something that they've done that's for pure enjoyment or pure entertainment? If they haven't in a while, give them an opportunity to just have a little fun. It is childhood after all. So I hope this was helpful to you in some way, because I do feel like my days are pretty evenly balanced. So enjoy your summer with your kids. Remember that you don't need to be their sole entertainment all of the time, but it is nice to be involved with them and what they do, especially because summer does fly by so quickly. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.